Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the crypto booth.
The trial of the former CEO and founder of lunaclassic has been slated for the first quarter of 2016 in the USA courts. Kwon has been extradited to the US of A from Montenegro and is facing trial in the upcoming year. It's beginning to look like the United States is taking a much more proactive stance towards crypto right now. There's a lot more happening, and this being part of it. So we're going to look at dokwon, what the news is on that, as well as some other tidbits. Welcome back to the Crypto Father. Today is the 9th of January. It's a Thursday and my second day of vacation, which means I get to chillax a little bit. Presently, the market cap is at $3.4 trillion. It's a significant drop. Most of it is siphoning out or being liquidated. $200 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin is back down to $94,000. Ethereum at $3,200. We're staying above the $3,000, so that's good. BNB below 700 again. Solana below 200 again. Cardano below $1 again. Sui back down at $4.60. DOT below $7 again. Litecoin on the brink of breaking below $100 again. And let's have a quick look at Meowcoin. Meowcoin as well continues dipping at 00013 right now, with a market cap of $850,000. So it's slowly being siphoned out. As I said before, man, this is a shame. It's a shame for the project. Shame what's happening to it. Shame, shame, shame. On the chart, on the 4-hour, Bitcoin is retracing back down. So I was talking about lower lows and lower highs last time. Then we made a nice peak over here and proceeded to watch a massive dump, and we're on the verge of tapping the 91,000 resistance or support rather once again here. The weekly Bitcoin hasn't really made that much of a difference, to be honest. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Bitcoin is still on track. It's moving where it's supposed to be moving, but when we're looking at the money flow here, you can see that the green area, this is the money flow basically, and it's beginning to leave the circus. This is on the daily. On the hourly chart, money has left and basically is in the red. So there's a huge sell-off, as we can obviously see. But so on the daily, this is an indication that there's a first red dot. This is an indication that money is flowing out of the market, and we could potentially see a continuation. We'll most likely see a continuation of this deflationary move towards the downside here. And so Bitcoin right now is looking at this $91,000 resistance, and we're gonna have to wait and see whether this holds or not. Whenever the market turns bearish, immediately you see articles like this. Steno Research predicts Bitcoin and Ethereum will hit $150,000 and $8,000 respectively. As soon as the market turns bearish, articles, very bullish articles, begin to creep up. Bitcoin USD eyes 127,000 V-shaped recovery possible. Without fail, every single time the market turns bearish, a bunch of articles pop out that are trying to create some FOMO in the audience and bring people back to buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin lower corrections are typically short-lived. Trader prefers not going to 89,000 to 90,000 clearly, but this is what we're looking at. If this support doesn't hold here at $91,000, then we could probably see Bitcoin going to $89,000 right here. That's the next support. 89,780 something in this vicinity. Here's another one. Bitcoin rally incoming. Bitcoin faces 612 billion liquidity surge in Q1 of 2025. In the SEC news, so last time when I was reading some of the news, was an article. SEC was filing a lawsuit against Coinbase, and apparently judge paused the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase right now, as a federal judge has allowed Coinbase to pursue an interlocutory challenge in the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in its ongoing case with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, citing conflicting rulings on crypto's legal status. The financial watchdog initially lodged its complaint against Coinbase on June 6, 2023, claiming that the company had failed to register as a broker, national securities exchange, or clearing agency while performing all three functions. The lawsuit also alleged that it had violated securities laws by offering tokens such as Sol, ADA, and Matic, which it argued are securities under the Howey test. So that's what's happening with Coinbase. Bit more FUD, but I guess once Gary Gensler is gone, we'll see what this, how this will proceed. I mean, I'm sure that Coinbase will be, you know, the pet, the new crypto pet. Once Trump takes the office, Coinbase will be the most sought after business in the United States, unless Trump is seeking to surpass that with his venture of the World Liberty Coin. 70 million Doge make their way to Binance amid 10% Dogecoin price crash. That's not a good sign. Whenever there is a spill of coins over from a wallet onto a Binance, onto an exchange, that is usually an indication of a massive sell-off upcoming. So this could be a potential upcoming sell-off of Doge, and it's most likely the result of an obvious downtrend in Bitcoin and the overall crypto market, which is not looking too great right now. And finally, dokwon's trial is set for January 2026 as prosecutors review vast evidence. Prosecutors struggle with vast amounts of data and language barriers in preparation for Kwon's complex trial, obviously. Kwon's trial over USDT collapse is set for January 26th in next year, 2026, and it'll be held in the Southern District of New York. Prosecutors are reviewing 6 terabytes of evidence provided by Montenegrin authorities after his December 2024 extradition. Kwon's looking mighty thin. Lead prosecutor Jared Leno called the discovery process massive, citing challenges in decrypting data and translating Korean materials. Judge Paul Engelmeyer linked the data volume to backing up a U-Haul to the courthouse. The Terraform Labs co-founder pleaded not guilty to a 9-court indictment, including securities fraud, wire fraud, commodities fraud, and money laundering conspiracy. Wow. Prosecutors allege Kwon deceived investors about Terra USDT's algorithmic stability and manipulated markets. The May 2022 collapse of Terraform Labs triggered broader market instability that contributed to FTX's downfall. The criminal proceedings followed Terraform Labs' bankruptcy and a $4.5 billion SEC settlement in 2023. So it's basically like they're trying to hang the collapse of FTX on Do Kwon's head as well, which is not necessarily fair, because obviously that's not his fault. It's not his fault that FTX collapsed. It may not have helped it, but it certainly isn't his fault that FTX was completely mismanaged by a bunch of kids who half the time didn't know what they were doing and were mismanaging people's finances. The criminal trial is expected to last 4 to 8 weeks. Judge Engelman gave Kwon's defense team, led by Michael Ferrara, 1 week to consider an earlier 2025 trial date. The next status conference is set for March 6, 2025 at 11 a.m. So March 6th, I guess they're going to decide whether Do Kwon's lawyer will decide to push the trial forward to 2025 or whether they're going to keep it for 2026. US government estimates Do Kwon's victim count potentially exceeding 1 million people. Do Kwon's alleged schemes could have impacted more than 1 million victims worldwide, according to US prosecutors. And of course, they're going to stretch it as far as they can to make the case as convincing as possible, right? But in a recently submitted court document, prosecutors argue that Kwon's constructed financial world was propped up on lies and deceptive techniques used to mislead investors, users, business partners, and government regulators. And that's probably the biggest thorn. Ultimately, investors suffered $40 billion in losses as a result of Kwon's fraud. So it's being labeled as a fraud right now by everybody. So things are not looking great for Mr. Kwon right now. And I'll continue looking into this and reporting on the proceedings of the lunaclassic founder Do Kwon. Investigators to search through Do Kwon's personal emails, Twitter messages, and mobile devices in Terra case. So they're going to be digging in deep and finding out a lot of stuff that he probably doesn't want to get dug out. According to a new court memo, investigators say they will sift through massive amounts of Kwon's personal data to gather evidence against him. The government anticipates that Rule 16 discovery in this matter will be voluminous, consisting of multiple terabytes of data. The discovery will include the following categories, among others: search warrant related affidavits and material seized pursuant to those warrants. Some of those warrants relate to accounts or devices used by Kwon, including his business and personal email accounts, his Twitter account, and 4 of his electronic devices. So there's going to be a lot of personal digging. Wow, this is going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to follow this case and see where it goes. And a little bit of positive news in South Korea. Corporate virtual asset trading now possible. Review of phased acceptance of real name accounts. So Korea has implemented this real name account policy, which basically prohibits any expat, any foreigner, as well as corporations, many financial institutions from dealing with or being involved in cryptocurrency investments. But now, apparently, they are starting this year. Corporate investment in virtual assets will be permitted in stages, which somebody laughingly said. This means that it will be first allowed to friends and family members of the people running the show here, obviously, to strengthen collaboration between financial holding companies and fintech companies. Restrictions on financial holding companies' ownership and investment in fintech companies will be eased. And this could potentially mean that an easing of the name accounts could come in as well. And we could possibly see an implementation or rejuvenation of the possibility of individuals, non-Korean individuals, to start begin using cryptocurrencies or being able to trade on the exchanges here. Probably not, but I mean, there is that possibility. So let's wait and see how this unfolds, and I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, please make sure to smash up the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, do consider becoming a member, and remember to pick up a Descent wallet as well, right there in the corner. It's still on a discount. You can get a 47% discount on that wallet right now. You no longer will be eligible for the Christmas airdrop. That's concluded. 1,000 participants have been selected, so that's all gone. But you can still pick up the wallet, which is a fantastic crypto wallet, biometric wallet. Store your Bitcoin on that. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you tomorrow in another video. Have a good Thursday. Peace out.